Hello, 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 beasts, besties, my BFFs. How long have I been away? Yeah, it's been a while. Well, let's just catch up. Since the last time we've talked, I've had a lot of changes. I'll go into my story later and make another video. But for now, I just wanted to make my first video here and connect with you guys. The one, the wow, the one and only. I wanted to give you some daily inspiration. This is Janelle Lord. Janelle Lord I, innovation strategist, and I work with the wow only. Only the wow, and only the wow will get what I'm saying. Yeah, I talk in code, and you will understand exactly what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to do. It's a very unique bunch, and it's a way of us discovering ourselves, who we are, what we're capable of, and being free from a world that's been holding us back from being who we are and creating the way we want to create. And what's interesting is I just want to do these quick videos for now, just for me, because it's just better with the stress that I'm under to just get my thoughts out. And then later on, I'm going to do some other cool things. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So, I was watching this ESPN cheerleading competition, and I was just so like amazed with the way they were holding each other up. I'm sure you've seen it. It's so fascinating. I would just love for you guys to tell me what you think about it. If you haven't seen it in a while, just Google it and get real, refreshed with it. But the way that, especially the co-ed ones, at the college level, they go to these competitions, and the way that these men are holding these like women up, what they're just standing there with one foot in the dude's hands. It's just so amazing. I'm just like, what is this? I need to lose weight. I really want to know how that feels. And I was just so intrigued. I'm like, that's what I want. I've known that's what I wanted for a while, but it's just nothing like seeing a physical example of it. You know what I mean? To have these people, you have to trust them. I mean, how many times did they have to do these formations? I'm pretty sure that they probably fail over and over again, but they had to get back up and do this routine. And, a lot of them are like flawless with it. And I was just like, this is so amazing. I have to talk about this. And then it just started to make me think like, wow, how many people can you trust to hold you up like that? And in my case, I was the one holding everyone up, but no one was holding me up. No one was holding me up. And that's why I ended up leaving, because I started to realize something's not right. And the more I began to distance myself, the more creative I became. The more I began to distance myself, the more I saw how wild I was, how unique I was, how I didn't succumb to this whole mentality of getting mine and this lust for power and control over another person. My vision was always to set free. It doesn't matter who's first, who's second, as long as we're all free to build, to create, to pursue our vision, to be the best of who we're created to be. That's exciting. It's not exciting to cage somebody. It's not exciting to watch somebody fall. I don't even understand that. And I was really just led to find others who are like that. And that's why I'm here talking to you, and you know exactly what I mean. That doesn't even make sense. It's not even our instinct to cage. Even if we have that thought, we don't feel comfortable with it. We feel comfortable with setting you free. But the problem is we're not around people who feel the same way. And we're not the ones being held up. We're the ones holding others up, and now we're tired. We're run down. who do we go to? So this is what my whole brand is and what I'm about bringing to the table of innovation is let's hold each other up. Forget the rest. They're not allowed. They're not allowed. They're not allowed in our space. They're not allowed in our lives. And I'll do a video on that as well. And what can we do if we all mobilize and we got together to hold each other up? Because if you think about that, that takes so much skill for them to do these routines. It takes so much strength. Now, I don't know who these people are, and maybe they're like that in real life, but we see a lot of people, they may be like that in one area, but they're not like that in the other area. So, but we, how much more amazing are we? We're holding up each other. We're holding people what one leg. What kind of strength do we have? Who are we to do something like that? And that's what I want to tap into. A journey of discovery, where we kill it for each other, our own kind, our own species. We see what can we do, what can we create, what kind of cures could we make together, what type of breakthroughs could we have in technology, in medicine, in every area, in the arts and the sciences, and even with terrorism. What could we do if we didn't have these other people who are pretending to be on our side, but they're secretly trying to tear us down and sabotage us? And that's what I begin to realize. That is the biggest threat that is facing all of us. That inability to hold somebody up regardless of what's going on. To be selfless enough that you can hold somebody up and not judge them, but you keep holding them up. And that skill is underrated. It's not something that you see on job requirements. That's not the number one skill they look for, but it is the number one skill to have. And people who don't value it is because they don't have it. That's what I started to notice. When they don't value love because they don't have love, and they don't value friendship because they don't have friendship. They don't value the positive things because that's not who they are. And I began to see that, and I started to keep those people at a distance. And I just began to get to know myself. So this is just more of like an introductory video to let you know what's to come, where my mind is, where I'm trying to go with it. And I want to make it raw. So if you're hearing perfection, that's just the way it is. That's life. That's what I want to bring to you. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having perfection. It's about embracing who you are, moving forward, and using that as your strength to catapult us to the next season. So just want to know what you guys think about that. Just think about what that means. Like that you are the type that hold each other up, and how rare that is. That same skill that they're using, that same skill that they are showing, that's you in every area, and it's rare. And it's the reason why you're so tired, because you don't have it. And why don't you have it? And if you have friends and family around you who are so amazing, why are you the one doing all the carrying? Especially if you come from a Christian family, you should not be tired. That this begins to tell you you're around a group of people who are not who you thought they were. At least that was my story. So I just wanted to give you guys that, and it make you just start thinking about yourselves a little differently. And I'm going to talk to you later. You guys give me a call. Let's do something. Let's kick it. Let's build together. Let's innovate, create a whole new world where we no longer have to be slaves to this manipulation and this control, where we could create and build our own world. And it doesn't take a lot of us. It doesn't. Jesus did it with 12 disciples. When you're the type that can build and hold each other up, what could we do with 10 of us? I mean, that fascinates me. It fascinates me. Imagine just 10 people. 10 people who are all committed to each other, building each other up, setting each other free. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Some people have, I'd be so amazed at some of these people. They have like 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, and let them ask for $2 or $3. And people just go crazy over them. I'm thinking, what kind of subscribers do you have? For the way they turn on them in a minute. It's like 1 minute you're riding with it, the next minute they're talking about you like a dog. I'm like, I would rather have 10 real subscribers than 5,000. 5,000 that don't care about me. I mean, who cares? I'm trying to change the world. And if we can't make an impact in the larger world, we can create our own. And let me tell you, it will be impactful. So let me know what you guys think. I want to know some of your stories. I want you guys to look at those cheerleading videos. Tell me, do you see yourself? If you don't see yourself, well, there's always hope. Keep thriving, striving. Keep striving to be that type of person. But if you already are that type of person, you're the one I want to talk to. And I'm not going to talk to any other group. I'm just going to talk to you, because I've noticed in the past when I talked to people who didn't understand it, all it did was make me dull. All it did is make me dull. So I'm only talking on a level that the wild one, the beast, the one I call you, you can understand it. It's kind of like a dog whistle where you hear it on a higher frequency. And you will know exactly what I'm saying. Deeper, you will hear a deeper message, calling out to you, and a healing, a restoration to your spirit and to your soul, and a confirmation of going forward, and healing, a healing that you deserve, a healing that's been much needed, a healing and a watering and a refreshing, and being surrounded by a group of people who believe the same. We're not a group of people I have to tell you, let's stick together. I have to tell you, let's love one another. That sounds insane to you. You already know this. You already do this. I don't have to tell you something you should have learned like in 2nd grade. Like, really? I'd be so amazed that you have to tell people to stick together. Are you serious? I have to tell you to stick together. I have to tell you to stick together when you're all in a bad situation. That's not common sense. I have to tell you to love one another. I have to tell you not to abuse and not to disrespect somebody in the organization. Like, that's just, that's elementary. If you don't have that, you oh my gosh, that's a whole other video within itself. If you don't have those basic skill sets, I mean, these are the number one skill sets any leader should have. Anyone who's trying to build a company, organization, a church, a ministry, you should know this. Like, really? So, this is for the group. You already do this. You already know this. This is, now what? Now let's move on to something bigger. And there's only one type of group who can do that. People who already do this. You can't move on to something bigger if you don't have the basics down, the most elementary, commonsensical skills of building and caring about another person, respecting each other, trying to set someone free instead of trying to walk around with some handcuffs and try to cage them because you're so scared that they might get more than you. Are you serious? Really? How far are you going to go? How far can anyone go if they have these secret friends and these narcissists around them that's acting like they're BFS and acting like they're for you? And I noticed this is very common in families. You might think your siblings, your cousins, even your mom, even your dad are for you, but you start looking closely and you're wondering, wow, this is kind of odd, because even though I feel like they're for me, I'm not making any progress. That's a sign. Start looking around. Start looking around. Start questioning. And I know it will resonate with you. I know that it will resonate that something's not right. So, like I said, start to tap into yourself and let a refreshing come over you about who you are and where you are, and not being so frustrated over what's happened so far and the inability to create the vision and the dream the way you see it. The way you envision it. You had a dream, you had a path. This isn't the way you wanted to go, but nobody understands it. Nobody gets it. They don't, it's not that they just don't get it, they don't want to get it. They don't want you to be free. That's the whole point. You're talking to the wrong group of people. And as long as you talk to them, it keeps you down. It kind of keeps you going in a circle, and you can't really tap into that wow side because you're wow. They're not wow. I call the other group tame. They're tame. Why? They're tame because they listen to any voice that tells them to harm you. That means that something else has tamed them. We are not tamed. We don't allow this other dark voice, this dark spirit to come and tame us and stop us from doing what we feel in our heart and our spirit. No, we stay wild. That thing cannot control us. We keep going, we keep getting back up, we keep helping people, we keep building, we keep envisioning things. You can't get more wild than that. Wild-minded, wild-hearted, wild-spirited. We can't be tamed, we can't be controlled. And that's amazing. That's amazing. You keep that in mind. So the frustration that you feel, I know God is hurting. He has heard the frustration and the cries that we've had, and how we can't build it the way we want to build it, because we have to get out of this whole system, away from all these fake people who know exactly what they're doing. They're dropping these seeds of discord and trying to create this noise and trying to sabotage us. Doing it like they're a friend. Doing it just like they're a friend. You don't even realize how much. It could be your vice president, it could be your executive assistant, it could be your right hand man, your investor, your partner. But if you're not making progress and you have these amazing people, you really better start wondering, are you equally matched? Are these people like you? You really have to. Why do you feel so lonely? It's not normal. It's normal to a certain degree, and it's normal for a certain period in your life. It's not normal for all of your life. There's no way you should be alone forever. There's no way you should have or not have someone on your level to talk to, where you can talk about your vision, what's in your heart, the way you're trying to build it, and they see you exactly where you are. They see exactly what you're saying, and they try to help you build it exactly the way you said it, not try to add something to it. See, some people, you will notice they might be all for the vision, but you will notice they'll be trying to take it to another direction, or they'll try to shut down certain parts of it. They only want to hear a certain part. They'll try to shut down another part of it. They'll never want that vision to be in the fullness of the way you envision it. It keeps people like us frustrated because we have to build, we have to heal, we have to restore ourselves and other people. That's how we are wired. It is our instinct to continue to go forward. So when you're not around that type, you will feel funny. You will have an instinct that something's not right. But you're like, no, I've known these people for years. No, but they bought me lunch. No, they invested in my business. No. They stood up for me that time. No. Don't go by the exceptions. Go by, are they trying to help me heal and restore in everything? Do they feel comfortable with you being frustrated in one area of your life? They'll help you in another area, but then let you mention something about your marriage, or mention something about being lonely, your love life. Then they just totally act like they didn't hear anything you said. No, that's because they probably have an agenda for the other areas that fit their narrative for their life. See, the relationship part might not fit their agenda, so they don't care. And you would notice they would just pick and choose the areas. This is why you'll be confused. Like, okay, wait a minute, but they helped me. They were the only ones to help me. No, no, no. Yeah, that was good that they helped you, but look at the whole picture. Look at the whole picture. Do they feel comfortable with the fact that you are frustrated? They know you're frustrated. They don't care. It took me a while. It took me years to be able to figure this out. Years. I literally had to drop all my social media accounts. I had to just go on, like, in the lab or in the wilderness. Different words for it. I had to shut down everybody in my circle. I mean, it was just something out of a thriller. I mean, do you know how crazy that is to find out everybody in your world is not who you thought they were? But then everything began to make sense. Like, I am the antithesis of what they stand for. And you are the antithesis of what they stand for. They don't want you to create that work. They don't want you to be who you are. They know you're different from them. And trust me, they don't work alone. They are not working alone. So I know I'm saying a lot, and I'm going to go into these different points in more detail, but just giving you an overview, something to think about. But the main thing I want to focus on is tune in to yourself. It's kind of like just stop, and just take this week to just not be so frustrated. It's kind of like a pause button. Just pause. I mean, a lot of you're going through something. It could be your family, your friends, your job, finances. You're an entrepreneur trying to build, and you just feel like you're just between a rock and a hard place. You feel like, I can't get out. How am I going to get out? And I know, I feel it. How am I going to get out? You have problems other people don't even understand. But what's even worse, they don't even care. They don't care what you've been through. And so what can begin to happen is you can begin to minimize your own situation, because it may not be so bad compared to other people, but it is bad. It is bad. Because you're not the type of person who's going to exaggerate something that happened to you. It is bad. If you're feeling that it's bad, it's bad. If it's holding you down, then it's bad. If you don't have anyone to talk to, that means it's really bad. That means there's something going on even in the spiritual world you don't even understand. So what I'm just saying is, just stop. Just stop with the frustration and all the noise and the surrounding, the vision that you have, the vision even to be married, to have a partner, to have a friend. I mean, this is not, how can I say it? It's not uncommon for us to have these types of problems, but we are being mobilized together, being brought together for such a time as this, and for God to really show himself strong in our lives. And I believe this is the time and the season for us to break through. So this is a time, and we're going to do it a week at a time. So this is a time, just Sunday, just try to get into a rest. All the things, tell them all the things that's plaguing you. Every area, your marriage, your job, or your lack of a marriage, wanting that relationship, wondering why it's so hard. Yeah, I know why it's so hard, because you're aware. You're aware, and you need to find someone like you. You're not the type of person who's going to get into a relationship with someone who is not like you. You're not going to do it. You spent too much time. You spent too much effort to be the person that you are, to succumb to somebody else who is not your match. And that is something that you need to uphold and something you need to be proud of. You need to be proud of that. You are not for sale. You are not for sale. There is no price. Male or female, you need to be proud of that. That you will not lower your standards. You will rather be single. Why in the world would you hook up or be one with somebody who don't have your same values? A value that always heal. You would never spend your time marinating in your own mess and then take it out on some other person. No, you don't spend your time like that. You spend your time wisely. I don't want to be that type of spouse. I don't want to be that type of husband. I don't want to be that type of wife. So let me get into a place that I know I could be better, because I don't want to put that on another person. So why in the world would you be with somebody who hasn't spent any time developing themselves to be a real man and a real woman? That's to be commended. And anybody who just says that they gave in out of desperation, you really need to watch that person. No. Maybe you're just like the person you're dating, and you gotta be honest with yourself. So, there's always hope for you, but you gotta be honest for yourself. And anyway, I digress. Once again, a whole other video. But you know what I mean. You're the counselor. You're the leader in the group. You've seen all these people come to you with all these same issues. Yeah, okay. But you're the one. Yeah. You're the one. You. For those who are single, you're holding out. You're not going to take that stuff because it's not logical. It's not logical for us to go backwards. Going backwards don't make any sense. It's our instinct. It's not even something that we're consciously just saying all the time, but we are not attracted to people who don't grow. We're not attracted to it. It doesn't make sense to us. That's crazy. Like, what? You want to stay here? We don't have no patience for that. That's not attractive. That's not intriguing. Are you kidding me? I want to be challenged. I want to have conversations on my level. I want to have a mature, intimate relationship with a person. What are you talking about? I mean, you can relate. You know what I'm talking. You hear people talk about their relationship. It sounds so crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what you do? Anyway, I really want us to discuss that. You guys can let me know how many of you want to discuss the frustration that you have in finding someone to, if anyone of the opposite sex, really to even just, I don't know, go on a date with. But but I'm believing we're in a season that's all going to change. But I cannot tell you the frustration I get. And I'm talking about from people who say they're Christian. I mean, that's the thing that blows my mind. Like, what? Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's get back on point. Nah, man, I can't say I'm sorry. I think that was needed. Okay, so let me get back to it. The frustration, because as a woman, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating meeting me men over and over again, and to have these conversations that don't make any sense. And then you hear these male female conversations and how men are this and women are that, and even that sounds crazy. Well, why do all men cheat? Well, cause a man's being a man, and then then women can see when women cheat, because women cheat only because something's missing. But a man, like, the whole conversation doesn't even make sense. It's like, what are you talking about? You're two sides of the same coin. Men and women are not different. You know who's different? You got wild and you got tame. That you got hot and you got cold. It's like, really, it's not male versus female. But anyway, now I really want to see that day, men and women who are alike. They're just alike. What's alike about them? I don't know. They actually love people, love each other. I'm pretty sure those men and women don't have the same conversations. But anyway, Just like in this other world, men are bad and women are good. It's like that's really the narrative that's being shoved down our throats. Really? Because I've come from a whole family of women, and let me tell you, they were treacherous, secret and treacherous. So, not that the men weren't, but I'm just saying there was no difference. So what we're gonna do is, get a journal. Maybe you need to get a pen and paper to write this down, or just listen to the video over. Get a journal and write down, like, just what's been frustrating you, your relationship, your marriage, your kids, your division, your work, your life, this whole control thing. Like, I know if you're like me, we're like-minded, wild-minded. We cannot stand to be controlled. We cannot stand to be enslaved. And we want to be free. And this is what I'm about. Is us being free and having fun with it. And so let's just take time this week, get you a nice cup of coffee or cappuccino, and just begin to just think about what is it that's really frustrating you. Write down the categories and tell God about it on Sunday. We're going to do it 1 week at a time. So just tell Him how frustrated you are. How frustrated you are with your week and the day and what happens in the day. And I know tomorrow's Monday. It's like, why do we have to go through this? Let's get a daily freedom every day until we're free to the point that we can have our own schedules and we can begin to build our own work and do it the way we want to do it without having to report, as they say, to the man. I'm so tired of reporting to the man. I don't want the man in my business no more. I want to be free from the man. So I don't know, and it's coming to me. Maybe we should just all join together in prayer. Let's be free from the man. And let's make some 6-month goals. Okay, 6 months from now, let us be at a point that we can begin to even make these powerful decisions, that we can actually leave our traditional jobs. Let's believe for acceleration, that we can leave our actual jobs, if we are led to do that. We can leave these jobs and be free, because I'm believing in acceleration right now. And but we're going to take it 1 week at a time. I'm going to take it 1 week at a time, and just the frustrations. I just feel the frustrations and the sorrow and the cries, the pains, of just being caged, just locked up, like we can't even be ourselves, can't even be who we are, made in the image of God. But we walk as God's, plural, made in His image, but we're made in His image as a God, and we can't even express it. And that's what we're feeling. We want to express it. We want to get that out. We want to get that out, and we will never feel right. We will never feel free reporting to a man, reporting to the man. We will never feel right. We will never feel right. We will never feel right until we're free, operating as entrepreneurs. And even if you're in the corporate sector, you can still have that type of freedom. I don't know how, but I know it's possible. If you're supposed to be in a corporate setting, you can still operate in that freedom. And this is what we're seeking, to be free from all of this bondage, financial bondage, identity bondage, just being confined. So let me just go into a prayer and let Him begin to speak. Okay, so Father in heaven, just want to thank You for Your Son. And I just pray now that You begin to heal Your people, that You begin to minister to our souls and our minds and our heart, and the breaks and the breakdowns and the torment and the scars and the hurt that's deep inside of us, even into our veins, a pain that we can't even describe that's flowing through us and our mind, just an attack, making us feel like we're not doing enough, like we're lazy, or we're not right, something's wrong with us because we can't make progress. And I just pray that you begin by your power, begin to set us free by your grace, by your mercy. That you send angelic protection around us to protect us and to keep us and to heal us and restore us and water us, so we know it's not us. It's not us who did this to ourselves. It was an enemy that tried to destroy us and couldn't. I just pray now you begin to heal and restore your body, to give us a peace and a transition and a positivity and a hope that we're a family and we're coming together to build and heal as one. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. So you guys let me know your testimony. I'm excited to hear it. Be healed, be free, and innovate. And write down what's happening this week. Write down the visions, because I really believe God's going to give you guys some insights, some missing pieces, or some revelations to your work. He's going to begin to give you some flow, and it's going to start coming to you. I'm talking fast, like constant faxes coming down, like you'll be like, what? Like all of a sudden your mind's going to open up. It's going to explode with creativity. Let me tell you, you're going to have an explosion of wealth of information by the next time I talk to you next week. It's gonna start flowing. So get your journal ready, get your pen ready. I would advise you to get it ready in faith, and have it ready, and write it down as you hear it. Begin to write it down. Write it down, because it's going to be too much to remember. And I really want you guys to tell me, because I'm excited. I really want to know what he's going to say. I just love it. I just love when he gives you that, you know what I'm saying. Oh, you know what I'm saying. It's just nothing like it. So I want you guys to let me know the insight, the wisdom that you're getting, the next step, how he's moving you, how he's leading. And I'm gonna talk to you in my next video. And you guys stay wild, get wilder. We wilder next week than you were this week. Be wilder and freer. And pray for me too. And I will talk to you later. Give me a call. Let's do something. Let's build something. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.